sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not looking good for this 10th anniversary of 9/11. All the indicators are there to tell us they need a massive distraction and excuse to take this idiotic war on terror to horrific new levels and even more Orwellian internal controls and crackdowns. Why they'll do it now. Number one, the illusion is wearing thin and ratings show it. Obama's House of Corporate Banking Thugs administration is tanking in public perception. The matrix-generated veil of lies is disintegrating as economic realities hit home. His and Congress's ratings are at record lows. His political opponents have even announced publicly to watch out for a false flag. Number two, they've done it before at similar times. Clinton did Waco, then used it to justify Oklahoma City. Now there's an interesting precedent. Bush too was just a neocon nincompoop stooge, but his ratings were in the basement on 9/10 and soared on 9/11. Another two-termer like the criminal Clinton, shooed in by false flag catastrophe. 3. The demonization of all Americans as potential terrorists. As we've seen with the Norway Patsy repeat, the enemy is now arch-anythings. Arch-conservatives, activists, Christians, militia, military vets, religious whack jobs, disgruntled taxpayers, people who don't want to get x-rayed or fondled by the TSA, people with guns, cars with Ron Paul stickers, children selling lemonade without a license. It's beyond wrong. Number 4. Martial law is just a click away. Now how would a leader, really cabal, in power possibly stay in power with an election he, the staged figurehead, appears bound to lose, while the PTB have this craving need to abolish the last vestiges of civil liberties in the name of Homeland Security? Got any ideas? Now don't give Obama one iota of credit for anything except being a perfect patsy and mind control subject. He's a keeper in those categories, which is why they'll want to keep him in. Nothing's written in stone, but it sometimes gets close. I will be shocked if there are elections next year. It's way too easy to find a way around them in this climate. They're going to declare martial law and, maybe, call for a constitutional convention, which is as close to a political oxymoron as you'll ever get. It's got to look democratic, after all. Never mind Homeland Security antics. FEMA's activities and the militarization zones appearing around the country are a dead giveaway. This global unrest they're pointing to now as a precedent to prepare American police, I am not sure is organic at all. Yes, people are mad, but they are being instigated and herded into a form of expression that only spells more fascism worldwide. Number 5. 9/11. Build on the emotional impact. Never before events promoting the 9/11 myth are being scheduled around the country. Bad sign. Who would do that? In Dallas, for example, a big event is scheduled for 9/10. Why this year? Are mainstream people really in the mood to celebrate death and destruction and war and more war while their worlds crumble about them? What are they rallying for? More Islamophobia? Support for killing innocent Libyans and then jack him up to endorse wars with Syria, Saudi Arabia and Iran? So wrong on so many levels. But they're already doing this in the mainstream media. It's a setup. All this is fabricated by bastards behind the scenes who see the rest of us as dumb cattle. This is misdirection, complete social engineering at its worst. But it works. We've been asphyxiated from truth, and the effects are just setting in. But see the opportunity? What if on that very day, while these limp attempts to arouse fading emotions are on display and heightened by a complicit media, there is an event? Wham! 6. The demonization of truthers and an alternative media crackdown. Okay, we've seen this coming for a long time. But just imagine who they'd blame an event on, especially in such an emotionally supercharged environment. Don't have to be a prophet to see the potential. Norway set the stage. White man goes ape shit with clear conscience due to political views. Huh? They've wanted to get a stronger handle on the internet and clamp down on truth-spreading websites and blogs for a long time. They just need an excuse. WikiLeaks softened the ground on this side in the public mind, as have other alternative media issues, but watch them run the gamut if something big does take place. They're trigger happy and getting their ducks in a row. That's what they do. And the truthers need to be demonized and silenced. They're getting too close now. The 911 truth movement has gained monumental momentum because it's the truth, and they know it. Number 7, not a reason, but just please be prepared for anything. I don't mean to bring on negative intentions and manifest anything by pointing out these possibilities, but to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And if it's not now, it's soon. Don't get hung up on the date or any details. I just think people should be prepared. And now. And I mean not only psychologically and spiritually, but practically. Where are you and your family going to be on that day? Do you have a plan on where to meet loved ones in the case of calamity? Do you have food and water, protection, community? These should all be in place now. But if you haven't done these things yet, do. It gives peace of mind, at the very least. Better to have it and not need it, than to need it and not have it.